VegTV On the Road with your host, Marie Oser.
This morning, we jumped into jeeps at the Raja's palace, came out into the countryside to visit the Bishnoi people. They're strict vegetarians. They live in much the same way as they did hundreds of years ago. They're strong environmentalists. They protect wildlife, and they're self-sustaining. With us today, the Raja's son, Kumar. We're going to talk to him about the Bishnoi people. The Raja looks after them.
We do. It's form a part of our area. They live in these isolated settlements. They don't really depend on the city or the government or the village for anything. Most of their requirements, their food, they grow their food. The millet is growing over there, you can see. Yes. And they make bread out of this millet. And they eat the bread with mainly milk products. They have their own cows and buffaloes.
The Bishnoi people are very strong protectors of wildlife. They actually go after people who come and hunt here. People here, they're not afraid of the law, but they're afraid of the Bishnoi.
That's very appropriately said, because the law in India generally, the process is very long and slow and cumbersome. So even if the law catches somebody, it's difficult to prove. But whereas these Bishnois, they do justice right there. If they catch you hunting, they beat you up, they break your weapons. If you have a vehicle, they'll break your vehicle.
I was told that if someone jumps in their jeep and takes off, they have some modern technology here too.
There was a time in between when the poachers had a better hand on them because they had these fast vehicles, fast guns. They couldn't catch them, they would get away. But now with this mobile cellular phones coming in, if they can't catch them, they'll mobile somebody in the general direction where this person is going. So somebody ahead will be waiting for him and they'll catch him over there. This has more of a hand in the wildlife which exists today, what we have. It's all thanks to them. Even trees, they are good protectors of the trees, environmentalists. About some 200 years ago, this Maharaja of Jodhpur, they needed some wood. It happened to be a Bishnoi village and they started cutting the khejdi. We have a khejdi tree. Khejdi. The Bishnoi said, no, you can't cut the trees. So they said, this is the army of the king, so you can't stop us. There were about 300 khejdi trees over there. They went and clung to the trees that you have to cut us before you cut the tree. So the king said, cut the trees. They cut the first Bishnoi with the tree, the second Bishnoi lady with the tree. Most of them were women. And they cut the third, they cut the fourth. 300 people they cut that day. Even after killing 299 people, even the 300th person didn't go away. When the king heard about it, it moved him so much that the khejdi tree was protected after that by order of the law.
300 years ago, they had tree huggers here in India. Who knew?